I'm feeling a bit unhappy right now. Not in the best mood. Don't really want to talk that much. I'm just gonna be streaming, I guess, for a while. Drop another 70-point game? I don't know, maybe. No. Look at all these dedicated viewer comments right here. Huh? Look at all of them. I will make it to the big leagues. Maybe one day. Oh, thank you. Victor Oladipo. Whoa. Opponent field goals attempted. Triple doubles, double doubles. Anyways, where's the audio?
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Pistons in Detroit. Looking at the Pistons, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. And a chance in this one to get a look at the NBA's leading scorer. Freak has just been incredible so far this season. Just defies description. Do you see him holding on to the scoring title this year, Kenny?
Well, a big thing for Freak is trying to avoid the stat-chasing things that a lot of former players tried to do. Just getting his points. Now, if he just comes in and plays the way he's been playing, then he will be that guy.
Well, let's go to the big stat chaser. What do you think about Freak's year?
You know, it's never easy to hold on to the scoring title. You know, teams start to double and triple team. I can remember one year, Ernie, I was averaging 29.5. David Robinson was averaging 29.3. I play a game. All I know is he scored 71 points against the Clippers. It was the last game of the season. He gets it. Freaks has all the skills to keep up the scoring like this, but Kenny's right. He can't chase the stats.
Well, I'm glad that we could open up that old wound on the Admiral.
Sure did. Yeah. Thanks, David Robinson. Don't let me see you in San Antonio.
Shout out to the Admiral. Here's Kevin Harlan with the call.
Remember the Alamo.
Where's the audio?
Live on 2K Sports, we've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline.
Come on,
game. The Detroit Pistons preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These two.
Take smart shots.
Hornets trail by 4. Young up top. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Young's got his first basket.
Where is the audio?
Free throw is such an important part of the game. Here are the league leaders in that department. Freak number 1.
And you simply got to avoid sending him to the line. Absolutely no one has better form from the stripe than he does.
And the Hornets making a change here. Pause is checked in. Meeks with it. His last outing, 16 points for him. Feeds it to Jackson. Clock at 6. Lets it go from 11. The Hornets pull it in. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seem to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Morris kicks to Jackson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Walker against Jackson, and Walker kicks to
Why
Young.
did I go out like that? Stupid.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to
Who's
put
this,
things
Ben
in their
McLemore?
favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Morris, no good. Hornets trail by 3. Here is Hawes. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Shots good from Young. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Jackson against Walker. To the wing right side. McLemore dishes to Morris. Again the miss by Morris. Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Young with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And Walker kicks to Young. 9 feet out. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Young's got 8 points. The Pistons shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Morris with a screen on Walker. The drive by Jackson.
Okay. Let me think here. I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be back. Alright, yo. Wait, let me just adjust my seating. It's weird. There we go, then that's good.
And D'Alembert kicks to Meeks.
Oh, I turned this thing up. Alright. Look at the coach just complaining over
Morris
there.
a screen.
Pass
to McLemore. The three. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Ball going up court. And Young with the basket on the assist by Walker. And now it's a 3-point Hornets lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Jackson. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Bazemore is checked in. Young's shot is off.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
I don't like it.
The Pistons have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
And that one's good. Young's got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time.
Yeah,
the whistle
don't
blowing.
miss.
For Detroit, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top of the game.
Good. Young's got 14.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Morris with a screen on Young. The drive by Jackson. And the wide open shot from Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there. Young against Jackson.
Move the ball. Stick it to
Now, here is Young. He's guarded closely. Right at the free throw line. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Jackson drives in. Spencer Hawes grabs the miss.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jackson passes to Morris. Jackson dishes to Morris. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Jackson. Oh, he got hands on the 3-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the 3-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the 3-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
At the end of 1. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers was simply superb. He had 70 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
And Lamb kicks to Young. And there's the feed to Lamb. Back to Young. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the line. Again, Young missing. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Drummond with a screen on Jones. The drive by Jennings. And that one's good. Drummond.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball is you positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
Young with the steal. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Johnson, a wide open look. That 3 off the mark. The Hornets have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And Young, here we go. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Young. 18 points and a steal.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
The Pistons trailing.
That man too big.
Walker's checked in for Young. Team's changing it up here.
Nasty looking.
Charlotte's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
From the line. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Young's got 6 points in the quarter. Pistons trail by 10. Morris right side. And McLemore now atop the key. Misses the 3. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Young. Again, the Hornets score.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Morris with a screen on Young. The drive by Jackson. That one's off. Still out of sync.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing.
And Batum throws it down.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Jackson against Young. And the foul called on Freak.
What?
That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
.114 left in the first half of basketball. Morris passes to Baines. Shot clock at 5. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's Young. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And that kind of loss sticks with you for a while because they probably felt they were the better team on that night. They just could not make the plays down the stretch.
Guys, you know, there are times when you would rather lose by double digits than to let a win get away from you when you thought you had it. And that sometimes is harder to deal with.
Charlotte shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. No good on the free throw. No good on the second free throw.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morris kicks to Jackson. Shoots off the step back. Drained for 2 points.
What?
Jackson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Detroit. On its way from Young for 2. No good on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Tony Meeks, he's checked in for Detroit. Charlotte also making some changes. Batum comes in for Jones. Young is subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Young in at shooting guard. Batum is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the center position. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shots.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Johnson in the corner. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Kidd-Gilchrist.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Shots good from Young.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Pistons trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Kidd-Gilchrist against Johnson. Drummond with a screen on Walker. Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. Misses the 3. And that one's good. Drummond.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Young outside. Batum sets a screen for Young. And stolen by Ilyasova. Jennings against Walker. The drive by Jennings. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Batum screen on Jennings. Here's Young. The shot is good off the backboard. Young's got 6 here in this quarter. Pistons trail by 14. Outside Jennings. Johnson the screen. Here's the screen. Here's Drummond. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Checking out the game Andre Drummond is having. 8 rebounds and 8 points.
This is his first free throw of the game. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Then McLemore comes in for Johnson. And then for Charlotte, Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Hawes comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Walker.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Passes it to Meeks. Morris a screen. The Pistons rebound to the wing right side. Jennings with the bucket. Hornets leading by 14. And Young, here we go.
To free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam.
Heads up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
Wing shot on the way, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Pass to Morris. He dishes it to Jennings. Pistons passing it around. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Young. Rebound, Detroit. Morris has got his third rebound tonight. Jennings against Batum. The dish to McLemore. Over in the corner, Meeks. Lock at 6. Here's Jennings. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Let's see where Charlotte sits right now in the league ranking. First in shooting percentage. 5th in fast break points. And they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Pistons. D'Alembert comes in for Meeks. Young takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
Jennings dishes to McLemore. There's a good screen. Morris kicks to Jennings. Hits it from three-point range. Jennings has got 13 points now in the quarter.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Jennings.
How?
Now Detroit moving it up. Ball going up court. Shots good by McLemore.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Palace. And a chance here to check out the league's scoring leaders. Freak number 1.
You know what, Kevin? Leading the league in scoring is no small feat. He's out there every night giving it his best, and the effort is definitely paying off.
Charlotte leading by 13. Jennings with the steal. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Tremendous output from Jennings. He's got 27 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
D'Alembert sets a screen for Jennings, and the lead is down inside single digits. Jennings has got 17 now, just in the second half. Jennings with the steal.
How is what?
Fast break, here they come. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket for McLemore.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition. And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Yeah, the game has a bit of a different texture than it did just a little bit ago, Greg. Suddenly, that lead is not looking as comfy and cozy as it once did.
Hornets leading by 9. On the wing, Batum. Kicks it to Young. Shot from 12. That's good on the jump shot. Young's got 42 in the game.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage of it.
Stolen. And here they come. Here's Bazemore. And he gets it to go. Bazemore's got 5.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
And the first one drops. And so the Pistons take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Jennings. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms. And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they're keeping pace with their win total from last season, holding steady, though they'd like to move the needle and continue to improve. And guys, this team getting some big help in the form of Freak. He has stepped up and been a big contributor over this recent stretch of games. Shaq, what's been the change for him?
You know, he's playing under control, Ernie. He's not trying to do too much with each possession. You know, he's also being more aggressive, taking the initiative. You know, he's just going at people. The barbecue chicken theory, Ernie. Get out my way, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, I mean, Freak might be one of my favorite players coming up, Ernie.
At the power forward position, standing 6'11", number 38, Harry Jones.
Oh, wow.
2K Sports proudly brings you the Hornets at the Time Warner Cable Arena. Last game for the Hornets, the loss to the Pistons.
Hornets.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. On the court for the Celtics, Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then it's Thomas. And it's Lambert at the shooting guard. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Celtics shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And so here's Charlotte. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And Young, here we go. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lambert defended by Young. Lambert the pass to Thomas. And that one's good. Thomas got his first points of the night.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
And Walker gets to Young. They swipe it. And here's the fast break. Takes it from 10. Good defensive work there by Young.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Boston trailing. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Lionel Hollins. And Doris, what'd you find out?
Well, I asked him what strategy they were going to use at the offensive end, and he told me that they did not want to have to rely on their perimeter game. Instead, he plans to exploit what he described as a mismatch on the interior, saying, quote, "We have the talent inside to make things very difficult on them. We're going to use it." Kevin?
And thank you, Doris. And it's Walker penetrating. It's picked off. Lambert defended by Young. Here's Sullinger. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Batum with the basket on the assist by Walker. 10 points for Nicholas Batum. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
To the paint, here's Walker. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game played.
Dishes it to Crowder. Pass to Lambert. Three-pointer. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on Freak.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And he nails the third. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against Philadelphia.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carried the load for that team.
Without question, the starters can't do it all game long. You need that help from the reserves, and they got it in that one.
Here's Thomas. A 17-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Clock at 2. Lets it go. Boston again missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Young against Thomas. 13 feet away. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 8 points for Freak.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court for your viewing entertainment, the Hornets Game Team. Make some noise!
And now that we have a moment, let's see the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA. 5th on the list, the Hornets.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Celtics trail by 5. Thomas with the ball. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. And Bradley gets it to go.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Young outside. From 12 feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Young's got 10 points in the game.
He's still making that chicken.
Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes
I just want to know if you're still doing the chicken.
in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Thomas.
You're right.
And the shot is good.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Hornets leading by 3. Walker dishes to Young. Back to Walker. Second chance shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hornets?
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And they've also gotten a big boost in the early going tonight with their productivity at the free throw line. Really a sign of aggression.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Hawes comes in for Perry Jones. And it's Kid Gilchrist in for Nicholas Batum. Here's Olynyk. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Goes up to the stripe. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 12 points in the game.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Bangs home the trifecta. Crowder's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Here's Young. Drilled from 11 feet out. He's got 14.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Smart kicks to Bradley. Olynyk the pass to Crowder. Pass to Olynyk. He kicks it to Lee. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Walker dishes to Young. Again, the Hornets score.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the 2-pointer.
Here's Crowder. No good on the triple. Charlotte leading by 6. And now here comes Young leading the break. Bradley with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Down low, Olynyk. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And Walker kicks to Young. It's stolen by Bradley. And a foul on the shot. Kemba Walker picks one up.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Walker. He's right
13
around
points
13 points a night, 7 assists and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
Lamb, he's jumped in for Kemba Walker. Young outside. High post try. Again, Young missing. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Smart. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game. And here's Sharp. Young outside. 1:19 left here in the opening quarter. Another miss by Young.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Shoots it up. Another miss by Young. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. fast break now for Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist leading the charge.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Celtics trail by 3. Now Smart. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. And a fast break now for the Hornets. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
Boston shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Lee kicks to Bradley. And the 3 ball is good. Bradley's got his second basket of the night. Young up top, guarded by Bradley. And Young kicks to Hawes. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Hornets lead by 3. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for him. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
Young in at point guard. Jeremy Lamb out there with the 2. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Bazemore at the 2 spot. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was just phenomenal. He finished with 42 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Young with the steal. Oh, and here comes Young all alone. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Zeller passes to Thomas. No luck. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Young inside, guarded by Bradley. That's good. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Celtics trail by 5. The pass to Lambert. Kicks it to Lee. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Young's shot is off. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Thomas, here we go. And Jefferson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. And some changes here for the Hornets. Jones checked in for Lamb. And it's Kemba Walker in for Young. And a change. The switch here. Young's checked in. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Thomas dishes to Sullinger. He feeds it to Zeller. Makes it off the glass. Zeller's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Here's Young. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Celtics trail by 5. Passes to Lambert. Back to Thomas. Rejected by Young. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Thomas now, top of the key. Shot clock at 6.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And Batum kicks to Young.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Thomas. 7th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And talk about highway robbery. I mean, jumping the passing lane, snatching away your dribble. He'll take it from you. Just absolute domination in this one for Young. 25 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Pass to Lambert. Bradley up top. The feed to Sullinger. Fires from the wing. The rebound by Young.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Batum grabs the miss. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Young against Sullinger.
Move the ball.
Takes it from 10. Shots good from Young. Young's got 28 points for the game.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
For Boston, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And he knocks down the first one. And so Zeller nails both of them.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
And Young, here we go. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Young's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hornets. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Rebound, Boston. And here is Thomas. He's got 6. Now here's Zeller. The Hornets pull it in. Young's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Shoots from 12. Can't get it to go. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that when they just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. Then for the Celtics, Olynyk, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Smart. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Got a piece of it. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Bazemore gets the bucket. And the Hornets lead by 7.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Sullinger with a screen for Bradley. Shot off the pick. Olynyk can't hit. Hornets leading by 7. And now the fast break. Kaminsky with the ball.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Feeds it to Smart. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Spencer Hawes is checked in for Charlotte. And the Celtics also making a change. Crowder's checked in.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunity.
That's good. Olynyk got his second bucket tonight.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Here's Bazemore. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Charlotte, third best record here in the early going. And, of course, the Boston Celtics, 3 games behind.
And when you look at Boston, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
Yeah, and that's got to be terribly discouraging for them. I mean, I know how badly they wanted to contend for a playoff spot, but it's just not happening.
He used that pick to perfection. And it's 8 points for Avery Bradley.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Shots good from Young.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Crowder, the pass to Sullinger. And it's off from There's Young. Comes up empty down low. And the foul called on Freak. And so we wrap up the first.
All right. All right, Charlotte, now entering the court.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy. Ugly.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille Jared Sullinger. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast.